so today for numbers, we are going to review. We're going to review our clock. We're going to count by 5s, 10s, and we are going to, let's see, what did I say? Put numbers in order and count by 2s. Okay? So let's start. We're going to count by 10s, and we're going to use all 10 of our fingers. So if you're ready, we're going to count by 10s. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Very good. Now let's count by 5s. We're going to use our 5s on our hands. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Very good. You counted your fingers 100 times. Okay? And so now let's review our clock a little bit. And I'm going to teach you something a little bit new. Okay? So which hand do we look at to tell us what number to say first? We always look at the little hand. The little hand tells us what number to say first, these big numbers on the outside. So what number are we going to say first? What number is the little hand pointing to? 12, okay? And then we look at the big hand, but to get to the big hand, we always start at the top and count by 5s until we get to the big hand, okay? So let's start at the top, and we're going to count by 5s to get to the big hand. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Very good. So it is 12:30. Okay? 12:30. So let's move our clock to this time. Tell me what time it is. The little hand tells us what number to say first. 1. And then we start at the top and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. It is 1:15. Then let's see. Okay. The little hand is on the 11. When the big hand is on the 12, we say o'clock. So it is 11 o'clock. Very good. Now, let's talk a little bit, because I know that some of you have been having trouble looking at some of your clocks because the little hand is not always on a number. This is something we would have learned in class, and we didn't really get a chance to go over it. So let me review with you how that's going to work, okay? The little hand tells us what number to say first, but it's not touching a number. So how do we know what to say? Well, the easiest thing to remember is if the little hand is not touching a number, okay, you need to go backwards and see what number it has already touched, okay? Because it's already touched the 7, but it's past the 7. It already touched the 7, but has it touched the 8 yet? It hasn't touched the 8 yet, so you can't say 8 because it hasn't made it there yet. It hasn't touched it. So you have to go back to the number that it's already touched, okay? So if it's already touched the 7, but it hasn't touched the 8, then we're going to say 7, okay? 7. So let's set our clock like this. Okay. So our little hand, again, it's not touching a number yet. Okay? It's in the middle. It's in between 6 and 7. It's between these two numbers. It hasn't touched the 7 yet, so I can't say 7. I have to go back and say 6. It is 6, 5, 10, 15. It is 6:15. Okay? All right, very good. Let me grab some notes. And, well, I was trying to find our tube chart, but I don't know where it went. All right, we'll just count to 2. We'll count by 2s to 30. Count by twos to 30. We'll make it easy for you. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Okay? So remember, when we count by twos, you start with 2, and then you skip a number and say the next number. Skip a number and say the next. Skip a number and say the next. And remember, you can go back and watch those videos that I posted for you guys and practice counting by twos, okay? It's a little bit harder than 5s and 10s, but if you keep practicing, you will get the hang of it, and it gets easier, I promise. Okay, so that was a good review. I am going to post some numbers for you to look at, and I want you to write them in order from smallest to biggest, because when we put things in order, it always starts with the smallest and ends with the largest. So look at those numbers and put those numbers in order for me, okay? All right, guys, have fun, and I will talk to you later.